But today I wanted to share with you that we sometimes take things for granted here in America. Don't become complacent. We can't. But we owe it to all Americans to uphold this noble tradition of American leadership to secure rights here at home and abroad. There are many places where this is an uphill battle. Today, frankly, our children aren't taught about the central role of unalienable rights in our schools in the way that they must be. I've seen the media try and rewrite our history as an unrelenting tale of racism and misogyny, not as a bold but imperfect nation, an experiment in freedom. We need to do that. Our politicians, too, from time to time, have framed pet causes as rights to bypass the normal process by which political ends are achieved. And we've blurred the distinction between fundamental universal rights and mere political preferences or priorities.
Your comments about inalienable rights struck home. And at the core of those rights is the ability of citizens to express their displeasure with their government. And as you were coming in this morning, you may have observed outside this building, under the little bench, covered bench, there was a sole middle-aged woman holding a sign. And while I recognize the threat that high officials face in serving their country, the threat to your person is real wherever you travel. This was a lone woman holding a sign expressing displeasure with her government. And your security detail, really what they did was they harassed her, and they were surrounding her and trying to figure out her intentions this morning. And they were concerned that she was going to even stand up and hold her sign. They were insistent that she sit there and that she not speak. And I'm curious about your perspective on whether or not that was appropriate. And frankly, from my perspective, and I may not agree with her position, if she wanted to stand up holding her sign saying, I hate the policies of this government or of the Department of State, she should have had the right to do so, and she could have shouted and screamed at the top of her lungs. But when citizens cannot speak and express their concerns with the actions of their government, then all of those rights are in danger.
Let's see, I'm going to make sure I understand your question. Your first question was, what do I make of that? I didn't see the particular situation, so I'll reserve comment. But I'll say this. I have not been sheltered from protest. I'm pretty sure I know exactly what people think about our policies. And but good and bad, both. I've been surrounded. The last time I spoke at a university, there was a young protester sitting right about where this young lady was sitting. Screamed and hollered things that I wouldn't have wanted my young child to hear. It's all good. It's America. It's what I was talking about, that first freedom. And I didn't see that. I saw protesters out there. They were actually behaving fine. Actually, I think I know where they were from. I've seen them when my time in South Central Kansas. These are people who I find abhorrent. I find their views abhorrent. And yet, they're welcome. They're welcome to speak loudly. And I hope we do that every place we go. You should know that I not only encourage our government to do that, but I encourage governments all across the world to do the same thing. And we're very blessed. We're very blessed that you can stand up here and speak to the Secretary of State and speak your mind. I'm not sure that gentleman agreed with much of what I said. I'm confident some others don't. But you get to say whatever you want to me. By the way, my team told me if I took questions from the audience, I was a fool today. They may have been right about the fool part. I'll leave that to you all. But this is, from my perspective, Secretaries of State don't often do this, but from my perspective, I want to hear. If you don't like what we're doing, I want to know. I want to make sure we get it. We don't get everything right every day in anything any of us do as individuals. I certainly don't. And so to hear those voices, the multiplicity of voices, is at the bedrock of the unalienable rights that we have as Americans. I hope we're doing it right. If my team got it wrong, I regret that. I want to make sure everybody gets a chance to do this, and we'll do it in a way that I'm adequately protected.